Hello world, it's your girl Miss Linda here with the Underground Railroad, chilling with the homie Sean Lexima. And so we're we're going over your project, Due Season. And we're actually in this wonderful studio, man, where some of the magic has happened. Or did all the magic happen here?
Actually, the engineer, Kez, he actually mixed and mastered the whole project. But I actually recorded the studio in the home studio.
Okay, so you come here and let him put the finishes touch on it.
Correct.
Wonderful. So we're talking about Due Season. As y'all see, I already got mine, so y'all need to get yours. Where can they get the album from?
Due Season is available on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all of those social platforms.
Okay. So y'all need to go get it, go cop it ASAP, because I listened to it, I sat down. Actually, what we did was, we was gonna wait to tell you, we did like a small listening party.
Really?
So the questions that we have actually came from the people that were there, they tuned in and they listened, and I told them to give us some good questions, not just, how do you get started, like actually listen to the music.
Right.
And give us some questions. So we picked 6 questions and then a bonus question for you.
Okay.
So I'm actually read them off. They came from different people.
Okay.
So
that's awesome that y'all did that.
Oh yes. We had to be ready because you got to be prepared. So the first question that we had was, in the song Let It Rip, you made a reference to Lupe. Who do people seem to put you in a category with when referencing your style?
J. Cole. I get
J. Cole.
I get that often. I get J. Cole often. Let It Rip though was on my last project though. It was on Love, Life, and Lyrics, which is also available on Bandcamp and other social outlets. But yeah, I get J. Cole a lot.
You get J. Cole a lot. I could see that too, because when I was listening to you, like you're very different. You're very lyrical. You're conscious. Like it's not just trapping, bitches, hoes, fucking, stripping. Like you actually didn't have any of that on there.
Right. And I mean, I'd be lying if I say that that's not a part of my life, but it may be a small percentage. You know what I mean? So the bulk of my music is going to be what I am at core.
So with you being different and bringing in like a new style, because everything right now is do you have people that like try to get features from you and get you on that type of music and you stray away from it, or you will do it but that's just not your style?
No, I don't want to put myself in a box. Like I mean,
right.
I could definitely venture out. We were just speaking about that earlier before you came actually, and someone was saying, hey, I would like to hear you on like a trap beat, and I'm for it.
Right.
Now my content may be a little bit different, but I'm gonna ride the beat. I guess who could I compare it to? Like Wale.
Okay.
He signed with MMG and he does his thing on trap beats now. You know what I mean? So I would probably take that avenue.
Now speaking of Wale, because he kind of does like the intermissions where he does the poetry thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is he someone who inspires you, or are you a poet naturally? Is that something that you do in your pastime?
Yes, I'm a poet naturally. And yes, he does inspire me. But before I started music, it was poetry. So
okay.
It kind of transitioned into that.
Spoken word?
Yeah.
Okay. And it kind of shows in your music too. So that makes sense when you put that together.
Ain't no telling where we go from here. Applying pressure guaranteed to make it out here. I'm on the way. I'm riding on the way. I said I'm riding on the way.
Okay, so we were just speaking about Reminisce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Backtrack. Let me ask you this first.
Okay.
For Due Season, what is the most requested track? Like which one do people love the most? And which one is your favorite?
I would say people like Windows the most. I think it just has that vibe, that feel to it. My favorite would probably have to be Get It Right.
Get It Right.
On that one, I kind of discussed just the struggles of being an artist. I'm in a relationship and how to finagle through that, and you know the late nights and all the work that comes into it. So discuss those things.
And it's actually funny that you said that, because one of our questions was, the young lady asked, she said, Sean is handsome. Is there a Miss Lexima? If so, does your career ever put a strain on your relationship? If you are single, is it hard to decipher which female is there for you and which ones are out for the name and the fame? Also, what's the first thing you notice about the opposite sex?
That's a lot of questions.
It's a lot of questions.
That all came from one person?
Yes, from one lady.
All right, so what was the first question?
The first question was, is there, which we did establish, there is a significant other in the picture.
Yes, I do have a girlfriend. Yes.
So does the industry put a strain on the relationship, the long hours, the grinding, the groupies, the shows, the touring?
I would say yes, just because of the long hours. And also for my profession, and so having to work between those two things and then still make time. You know, it's difficult, and it takes a special woman to hang in there
and understand that.
Right.
So, so what is the first thing you notice about the opposite sex?
First thing I notice about the opposite sex, I would have to say, I'm an ass man.
An ass man?
Yeah. So I would have to say that. After actually meeting the person, it's kind of like how they carry themselves. So it's if they're loud, if they're name drop. I don't like name drop.
I don't like it. It's like you just dry telling for no reason.
Right. I don't know. And that tells me a whole lot about you, so I kind of move it away.
And stay back.
Right.
Now, how do you feel as an artist that you have developed from when you started to where you are right now? Is it life that's helping you enhance, or is it just you practicing your artistry?
I think it's a little bit of both. The content definitely reflects me as a person and the things that I go through on a daily basis and the things that I encounter. I teach and coach, so like some songs, like on Love Life and Lyrics, I talked about state of the youth, and it was just talking about how these kids are having all these issues, and we don't know why they're acting the way that they are. It's kind of like looking deep into that. I would say that, and also just putting hours into my craft.
Now, with you teaching, is that one of the reasons why you make the type of music that you do? Like, you don't want to talk about this and that, and then your kids hear the music and they be like, well, Mr. Lexima, that's not. Right. So is it kind of that as well?
Well, I'm only in my third year of that, and I've been doing music for about 5 years. So actually, it's just always been that I have a younger brother. He's 18 now, and so I've always looked at how will he look at me and the things and the examples that I'm setting for him, and so it just kind of rolled over into my profession. And I want to be able to leave a good example for people. So while I do talk about certain things and so on and so forth, like I just said, the first thing I noticed on a woman is a backside.
Right.
But I'm human. I'm human, but in the same sense, that's not the core of who I am. So that's what.
Now, with the way that music is going, are you kind of like afraid that it's going to be hard to break into the industry and bring back? Because you have like that 90s hip hop, like real music, like Q-Tip, what's his name? I want to say Talib Kweli. You have that kind of vibe to me, the J. Cole, the Kendrick, and most of that is not mainstream.
Right.
It's mainly underground. So do you have like that fear, like I'm gonna be stuck, underground, or are you just like, I'm breaking down this door, this barrier?
I'm just gonna keep making music, and I think I'll be around I'm in it for longevity. You know what I mean? A lot of people, not to name any certain rappers or anything like that, but it's only for a short stint, and then once that wave is gone, you don't hear from them again. So I'm more in it for the longevity, whether it's rapping, or management, something like that. But I like real music. So
now, speaking of the different avenues, is there any other? Well, of course, like people want endorsements and stuff, but like, are you into fashion? Do you plan on taking your career in another direction? Excuse me, once you have reached that level?
Whatever God opens up for me, I'm for it. I'm all for it. So I have I have my hands in a lot of different pots as it is, so it's just like whatever doors open up and whatever I can make shake, I'll do it.
If you could pick 3 features from any artist, who would your 3